We are now officially taking a break from the blues, the greens, the space, all of that to get very pink and purple and to get back into 3-yard quilts for kids. So on this fabric, I've had it for a very long time, very much like the Buzz Lightyear fabric, but this one, I bought it, if you don't remember from 26 and 21, I've used this fabric already. So it's fabric I've used before and still have plenty of. I bought this fabric after my cousin had her firstborn, who's now 15, thinking, okay, if your next one's a girl, I'm gonna make him a quilt out of this fabric. And I bought all the prints for the collection. I bought all the things, and she didn't have a girl until 2020. So her younger girl is now 2, almost 3. And so it's been sitting around forever. So I'm gonna do the 9+1 because, I don't know, it just felt right. I really liked how it looked with this fabric, and I think it helped that this visual was already pink and purple, and so it was going to translate well in my brain after staring at all that Buzz Lightyear blues and greens and neons and yellows and all that fun. So this fabric is cute. I love it. I'm gonna have a hard time once it's all gone, so because it's so cute and I've had it for so long, and I'll have to stash a little bit for myself for someday, but getting ahead of myself. So let me get our focal print, which is this cute little patchworky. So this is gonna be the big squares, these little hopscotching kitties, jump roping and bike riding and playing jacks, and so cute, so cute. And then the coordinating prints are from that same collection. So these little balls here and then these stripes. My main thing is gonna be making sure that my stripes all go the same direction, and my, actually, that's really it. This is a toss print. It's gonna be paying attention to this one, so making sure when I put my big blocks with my 9 patch blocks that the stripes are all going the same way, and I don't actually have some going vertically, some horizontally, unless I mix them up and do that intentionally, which might happen. So I have a feeling a lot of strips are gonna be cut in my future of these. This one's gonna be big old squares, so I'm gonna get cutting so I can start sewing together. So we've got the main blocks. These are the square pieces that are going to get strip pieced together. And then I've got my border. And then I had plenty to cut a 2.5-inch binding. So I've got my stripe binding. That's going to be super cute. I've got plenty of the coordinates left over. I do have enough of this to make a pillowcase, but I'm debating using a different print because I feel like with this size of a chunk, I could save it for something for some future little kiddo of mine, just to have something for continuity, I guess, maybe. I don't know, something like that. But it's time to start getting these all strip pieced so I can make squares and then sew them all together. So I'm at the point with my rotary cutter that it's time for a new blade. And I got these titanium blades from the Fabric Cut. They sent them to me to give them a try out. So I'm going to switch it up and give it a go and see how much cutting and how much easier it is if these titanium blades last longer I'm going to try and track better at what amount I'm cutting or how much I'm cutting by the time it starts to get dull. So let's switch it out and see how it goes. So here is the 9 patch, and I just wanted to show you how I pressed in different ways for it to all nest together. So in these rows, I pressed everything towards the little jacks, because then when I put the 3 rows together, this one, the seams are going out, this one they're going in, this one they're going in. They all nest together and make it all nice and smooth and nice and flat. So everything all came together right in there. So now I'm going to double check to make sure they're all the right size. Like this one's got a little wonky on one side, but then it's going to be time to put in the rows. So now I've got to decide whether I want my stripes to go sideways or if I want them to go up and down. I haven't quite decided yet, but I guess I should pick one way or the other. So 9+1 is complete, and this is from the 3-yard quilts for kids, and I think it turned out really cute. There's a couple things I would change about it if I was to do this again, and mostly it's my fabric choice, but up close looking at it, I feel like these kind of blend together because they're all the same fabric from the same collection. There's kind of no variation in there, not a lot of contrast, but when I look at it in my little camera screen, I can see the variation in the block. So I'm kind of torn as to whether there's enough variation, there's not enough variation. I went ahead and when I was laying out the blocks, I made sure like the dominant cat in each block was upright in a certain way, and so I kind of made sure they were in different places. Like my biking cats are opposite of each other, and then my pogo stick one, I've got another pogo stick one down here. They're kind of a little more scattered and spread out, so that was one thing I kind of took my focus on. And another great thing about this quilt, there's only one border. So I've done so many that have 2 borders, 3 borders, borders with a cornerstone, borders with this. It was just one border and it's done. And so that was a nice little change to just only have to lay it out and battle Trixie for the border 1 time versus 3. And so I think this came out really cute, really nicely, and I'm excited to get it all quilted. So for my leftover pieces, I have a bunch of these that I kind of cut in the same size and then pieced together. So I'm gonna have a little section of that to go on the back, and I'll have to figure out what color I'm gonna do and whether I go pink, whether I go purple. I am glad I did the stripes upright. I feel like if they went sideways, I don't know, I feel like it would just like look kind of funky, but who knows? There's only one way to find out, and that'd be to do this all again. But that's gonna match my striped binding, and I'm just getting so excited and ready to quilt because I'm ready to play with my long arm again. And so let's show you this up close so then we can get moving on to the next part.